And welcome to Kettley here. Just wanted to share with you something that came out of a conversation that I had yesterday with a business owner, in which they were saying that they were really struggling because they've got a lack of resources. Their cash flow is pretty horrible. They're just about making it meet. However, if they could just get X number of thousands of pounds for marketing and so on, that would be the thing that would really help them to turn it around. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's a conversation that I've had scores and scores of times this year alone. And the thing is that without exception, it's never about a lack of resources. It's always about a lack of sales revenues, because if you've got enough sales revenues coming through the door, you got cash and the whole business works. Now, I know that sounds kind of obvious, but it seems to not be obvious to a massive number of business owners who genuinely think that they need an investor to dump a load of cash on there to pay off some bills and to fund marketing. Now, quite often, these are businesses that are 10, 20, 30 years old and have a huge database that they're not database mining. And they're not doing the sales phone calls. They're depending on marketing to make the telephone ring and the email ping. And it's just not the solution. It is a solution, but it's not the solution. Now, let me share a little exercise that I share with virtually everyone that I talk about. I'll take an A4 sheet of paper out. I'll make 4 columns. And then the very first column, I'll put £10 task. The second column, £100 task. The third column, £1,000 task, and the fourth column is a £10,000 task. Now, what we then do is I'll sit with that business owner and I'll ask them about every single task and activity that they do in the course of a normal week. So they might do a bit of bookkeeping or sending emails or reading emails or doing, and we'll just take out every single task. What we end up with is a ton of stuff in the £10 task. We'll have a lower number of tasks in the £100 task, and we'll have very few in the 1,000 and the 10,000. And when you look at that, you can see vividly that most of the time, for most business owners, they're spending time on £10 tasks. And what they're not doing is prioritizing what is really, truly important, which is the acquisition of new business. The funny thing is, and I've been doing this for decades and decades, most people really don't want to learn how to sell more of the products or services that they sell. And this is the primary reason why so many businesses are struggling at this moment in time. I mean, it is tough out there. The economy is tough, but there's still business out there. And when the majority of your competitors are looking at the stuff that they've got to do each and every day, what they're not doing, your competitors are not doing, is being proactive on the sales front. They're not database mining. They're not segmenting their databases into the 4 key pots that every business should have all of their database divided up into. That being pot 1, prospective customers, people who haven't bought. Pot 2, customers, they've bought once from you. Pot 3 is clients, people who bought more than once. Pot 4, mature clients. These are the ones that we want the most of, because they come back to us time and time and time again to buy more of what it is that we sell, products or services. So I think that the fastest way for you to turn a company around, if you're struggling, if the cash flow is not there, is to just pull off, really work out the tasks and where you're spending your time, and how much time on a week-by-week basis are you actually spending on sales activities, or your team on sales activities. And if you've got a team and they do the sales component and you're not getting enough business in, you really need to get somebody external to come in and see how efficient and productive these guys are. Because clearly, if you're not getting enough business in and they're saying to you, oh, it's tough, or people are undercutting us, or this, or that, they need retraining to be able to have a conversation where we can really punctuate the value that we bring to them as from our business. So that's it. Bit of a rant this morning, but thought there'd be some value in it. See ya next time.